Welcome to Morning Joan, the hottest podcast in town. Grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's dive into the latest scoop. You know, celebrities are just like us. They have their fair share of health struggles. And today we're talking about some of the most shocking health battles that your favorite stars have faced. From Emilia Clarke's brain aneurysm to Shailene Woodley's decade-long health journey, we've got the tea. Let's start with Emilia Clarke, the talented actress from Game of Thrones. She wrote a powerful essay in The New Yorker about her experience with a subarachnoid hemorrhage, a life-threatening type of stroke caused by bleeding into the space surrounding the brain. Can you imagine going through that? She had to undergo surgery not once but twice, and faced some serious complications along the way. And then there's Shailene Woodley, who opened up about her own health struggles on a recent podcast episode. The Big Little Lies star talked about how she spent 10 years dealing with a mysterious condition that left her losing her hearing, struggling to walk, and experiencing debilitating stomach pain. She had to navigate a complex web of doctors and diagnoses, all while trying to find some sense of comfort in her own skin. But it's not just these two ladies. We've also got Corey Broaddus, Snoop Dogg's daughter, who suffered a severe stroke earlier this year. And let's not forget about Snoop's fatherhood, Corey and Wayne's story star, who had to deal with kidney failure on top of her stroke. We're also talking about other stars like Selena Gomez, who's been open about her lupus diagnosis, and Justin Bieber, who struggled with mental health issues. It just goes to show that even the rich and famous aren't immune to health problems. So, what can we learn from these celebrities' health battles? For one, it's that no one is invincible, not even the stars we idolize on screen. But it's also a reminder that with the right support, care, and mindset, we can overcome even the toughest challenges. We'll be right back with more tea on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan. We're diving into the world of celebrity friendships that will make you go awe, and maybe even inspire you to nurture your own relationships. From tennis courts to television sets, these famous friends have formed bonds that transcend their professions. Let's start with Serena Williams and Meghan Markle. Their friendship began over girl talk at a 2014 Super Bowl event, and they've been inseparable ever since. They support each other through thick and thin, whether it's watching Serena play for Wimbledon and US Open titles or attending royal events. Another power duo is Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King. Their connection dates back to 1976 when they worked at a Baltimore station. Despite their different roles, they formed a strong bond over casual conversations and sweaters from Casual Corner. Today, they're one of the most iconic and enduring friendships in the entertainment industry. We also have Sophie Turner and Maisie Williams, who played Stark sisters on Game of Thrones. Their on-screen relationship blossomed into a real-life friendship, with Maisie even serving as Sophie's maid of honor at her wedding to Joe Jonas. They've been through the ups and downs of fame together and have come out stronger on the other side. And then there's the unlikely yet lovable friendship between Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. They met at a comedy roast in 2015 and discovered they had a lot in common, despite their vastly different backgrounds. Today, they co-host a cooking show and have become one of the most unlikely yet endearing duos in entertainment. Last but not least, we have Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston, who met on the set of Friends back in 2000. They've been friends ever since, supporting each other through their careers and personal lives. They even worked together on the Apple TV Plus series The Morning Show, which explores the complexities of female friendships in the workplace. These celebrity friendships remind us that true connections can be found in unexpected places, and that nurturing those relationships is key to a happy and fulfilling life. Welcome back to Morning Joan. We've got a fantastic closing segment for you today. You know how much I love fashion, and today we're talking about K-pop idol Hongjoong from AIDailyPress, who's making waves in the fashion world with his very own clothing line. Yes, you heard that right. This talented performer is not just limited to singing and dancing, but he's also a budding fashion designer. Hongjoong recently showcased his collection at a fashion show, featuring adorable child models strutting their stuff on the catwalk. The line is all about expressing Hongjoong's personal style, which is quite different from his on-stage persona. He said in interviews that when he's performing, he's playing a character, but when he's off stage, he loves to express himself through fashion. I have to say, I'm loving the sounds of this collection. Hongjoong's talked about how he wants to share his story through fashion and style, and I think that's just so inspiring. He's also mentioned that preparing for this project was a challenge, but it's one that he learned from and is eager to take on again. As someone who's always pushing the boundaries of creativity, Hongjoong is definitely someone to watch in the fashion world. And who knows, maybe we'll see more K-pop idols turning to fashion design in the future. Wouldn't that be fabulous? Hongjoong's also talked about how he prioritizes self-care, whether it's going for a run or sitting by himself and making things. He said that he's always working on new projects, even if they're not always shared with the public. I think that's just so admirable. Taking time for oneself and pursuing one's passions. That's all for today's Morning Joan. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay fabulous.